Hi folks, this is Dan Zorn, the superintendent of the Longview Public Schools. I'm here with you today to kind of announce our finalists of our children's picture book, March Madness. We have two finalists that have made it through a round of 32 books. We first have our first finalist is Brown Bear, What Do You See? Written by Bill Martin Jr. and Eric Carl. Actually, Bill Martin Jr. wrote the book. Eric Carl is responsible for the illustrations in the book. Our other finalist is Where the Wild Things Are, both written and illustrated by Maurice Sendak. You can vote on your favorite anytime before next Thursday, so we encourage you to do so right here on our Facebook page. So as a part of our Facebook Friday, I'm going to read each of these books. And I'm going to start with Brown Bear, What Do You See? Again, this is written by Bill Martin Jr. and illustrated by Eric Carl. Brown Bear, what do you see? I see a red bird looking at me. Red bird, what do you see? I see a yellow duck looking at me. Yellow duck, what do you see? I see a blue horse looking at me. Blue horse, what do you see? I see a green frog looking at me. Green frog, what do you see? I see a purple cat looking at me. Purple cat, what do you see? I see a white dog looking at me. White dog, what do you see? I see a black sheep looking at me. Black sheep, what do you see? I see a goldfish looking at me. Goldfish, what do you see? I see a teacher looking at me. Teacher, what do you see? I see children looking at me. Children, what do you see? We see a brown bear, a red bird, a green frog, a black sheep, a goldfish, a yellow duck, a blue horse, a purple cat, a white dog, and a teacher looking at us. That's what we see. And there you have it. That's Brown Bear, What Do You See? By Bill Martin Jr. and Eric Carl. Now our other finalist is Where the Wild Things Are. This is a story and pictures, both by Maurice Sendak. This is a winner of a Caldecott Medal for the most distinguished picture book of the year. All right, Where the Wild Things Are by Maurice Sendak. The night Max wore his wool suit and made mischief of one kind and another, his mother called him Wild Thing, and Max said, "I'll eat you up." So he was sent to bed without eating anything. That very night in Max's room, a forest grew and grew and grew until his ceiling hung with vines and the walls became the world all around. And an ocean tumbled by with a private boat for Max, and he sailed off through the night and day. And in and out of weeks and almost over a year to where the wild things are. And when he came to the place where the wild things are, they roared their terrible roars and gnashed their terrible teeth and rolled their terrible eyes and showed their terrible claws. Till Max said, "Be still," and tamed them with the magic trick of staring into all their yellow eyes without blinking once, and they were frightened and called him the most wild thing of all, and made him king of all wild things. "And now," cried Max, "let the wild rumpus start." More rumpus. "Now stop," Max said, and sent the wild things off to bed without their supper. And Max, the king of all wild things, was lonely and wanted to be where someone loved him best of all. Then all around, from far away across the world, he smelled good things to eat. So he gave up being king of where the wild things are. But the wild things cried, "Oh, please don't go. We'll eat you up. We love you so." And Max said, "No." The wild things roared their terrible roars and gnashed their terrible teeth and rolled their terrible eyes and showed their terrible claws. But Max stepped into his private boat and waved goodbye and sailed back over a year and in and out of weeks and through a day and into the night of his very own room, where he found his supper waiting for him. And it was still hot. That's Where the Wild Things Are by Maurice Sendak. So remember to vote. You have until Thursday to vote on our two children's picture book finalists. Brown Bear, What Do You See? By Bill Martin Jr. and Eric Carl. And Where the Wild Things Are, Story and Pictures by Maurice Sendak. Thanks for tuning in. You have a great weekend. Remember that in Longview Public Schools, literacy is the most important thing we do.